Household structure plays an important role in most of our buying decisions, and our choices for products to purchase are based upon several important considerations influenced by our families, as well as our roles within them. Other influences such as fashion or food trends, security, economic situations, family life cycle, religion, culture, and friends also have an influence upon our choices. However, in this video we will focus on understanding the role household structures play in consumer behavior. The influence of family remains on our buying decisions throughout our lives from the time we are kids to the time we become grandparents. If we look back through history, the typical household structure prior to World War II in most Western countries was the traditional or nuclear family, for example, mother, father, and children. This family structure is known as the nuclear family. Nuclear families have the most traditional structure, with two parents and children. One parent is usually the primary income earner, while the other parent is the primary caregiver. Traditionally in nuclear families, the male was usually the primary income earner and major decision maker, whereas the female's role was that of the homemaker, who made the everyday decisions and was the purchaser of regular consumer items required to run a household, for example, buying groceries. Though nuclear families still exist, they are not the only family structure present in our society today, and treating all family structures the same would not serve our customers well. Other family structures includes extended families, working parents, single parents, blended families, couples, and single-person households. Extended families are similar to the nuclear family but extended to include an additional generation of either older, dependent parents and dependent grandchildren. In these families, an additional generation may reside under the same roof, or there simply could be extended caregiving responsibilities. The extended family was once the normal mode of living across Asia. However, over the last 25 years, extended families living together in large cities have been in decline as people move away from traditional family dwellings for brighter career prospects, resulting in an increase in nuclear families. Understanding this shift allows marketing activities carried out in urban areas to refocus their aim, reposition their products at the members of the nuclear families. Working parents are similar to the nuclear family, but with both parents working. This segment is often referred to as a dual-income family, as both parents are working. Two-income families enjoy better financial footing and are likely to experience less financial stress. Greater disposable income due to both parents working can translate into demand for higher quality daycare, early education, private schooling, better health care, savings towards their children's college education, enjoy more nights out as a family, and take more frequent vacations. Single-parent household consists of a single person who has a child or children but does not have a spouse or live-in partner to assist in the upbringing or support of the child. In the United States, the number of single-parent homes has been rising, with about 23% living with one parent, compared to 7% of children living with one parent throughout the rest of the world. Some single-parent families are at a financial disadvantage due to having one rather than two incomes. As such, businesses need to create a variety of products at differing price points and quantities to ensure all families can benefit from them. For example, a family of two would not find much benefit in buying and storing 20 kilograms of rice when compared to a 2 kilograms bag that would be better suited to their needs. Blended families, similar to a nuclear or working parent family, but where the children do not all have the same mother and father. In these families, the children may spend time at another household with their other parents. Businesses in education and healthcare industry in particular need to ensure they have updated their record-keeping policy and procedures to ensure they can accurately note down the next of kin or relationship between the child and guardian without making the process more uncomfortable than it needs to be. Couples are characterized as adults with no dependents and also known as DINK. DINK is an acronym that stands for double income, no kids, or dual income, no kids. It describes a couple without children living together while both partners are receiving an income. Sharing resources with each other is what gives DINK more disposable income than singles. On the other hand, DINK have more disposable income than couples that are married with children because they don't have to share with kids. DINKs are often targets of marketing efforts for investment products and luxury items because they usually have higher disposable incomes. Single-person households include those where a person resides alone in an individual housing unit, but they also include people who live independently as lodgers in a separate room within a larger housing unit with other occupants. Single-person households, though classified as a segment, can have very diverse needs and different characteristics, however, as it's a growing segment globally, well worth catering to for business. For example, a rise in one-person households results in an increased demand for one-bedroom houses or apartments and single-portion foods. Few businesses target single-person homes directly, preferring to generalize their campaigns and product offerings towards millennials or older consumers, as they are typically larger segments. Changes in household structure and behavior have marketing implications that we must be aware of, and if the segment is large enough, most certainly cater to, especially if these changes are on the rise. It's also important to note, in each of these household structures, there are decision makers and purchasers. These roles will not always be filled by the primary income earners or by the same individual. As such, from a business perspective, it's important for us to recognize the difference in the household structures and how it impacts consumer behavior in order to make the most of the opportunities we have whilst serving the needs of the market segments.